Chapter 71. Shots fired. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Translator. Nyo.io Studio Editor. Nyo.io Studio. The silhouettes of 10 agile martial artists were seen dashing around the dark but wide passageway. The 10 of them gradually gathered into 4 groups. The 3 Qins, the 3 Yes, Yi Mo and the Zhaos, whereas the masked man was alone. However, he was traveling the fastest, and before everyone could react, the masked man was already a long way ahead of everyone else. Who is that masked man? How is he so fast? Qin Xiaoyang remarked in astonishment. His 2 companions, Qin Tianhong and Qin Ming, were both spirit cultivating 8th realm, yet they had already lost to the masked man in terms of speed. Perhaps he is using martial techniques that enhance speed. After pondering for a brief moment, they resumed their journey, staying vigilant at all times. However, everyone had their eyes on the resources, so no one really had fighting one another in mind. After all, they could always settle those once the competition was over. Not long afterwards, the participants reached the end of the passage, which opened up to a large forest, much larger than the Spirit Valley. Hidden in the corners of the forest were the Mo clan's resources. Novel full, without a moment's hesitation Yi Mo leapt into the lush forest, joining the others. A beast. Yi Mo noticed a rather intimidating beast, the iron-toothed boar. It was about the size of an adult elephant, its tusks gleaming like they were made of iron, curved like the crescent moon. I have no time for you right now, I need to make my way to the resources. Pitter-patter. Yi Mo's footsteps hastened as he hurried towards the deep forest. With Lingya residing within his energy center, locating resources should not be a problem. The others also grouped up and were on the hunt for the resources. However, none of the 10 other competitors actually managed to acquire any of the resources during the entire afternoon. Shortly thereafter, Yi Mo ran into the Qin trio, which was comprised of Qin Xiaoyang and 2 spirit-cultivating 8th realm martial artists, Qin Tianhong and Qin Ming, one in black and one in red. You! What an awfully small world, scoffed Qin Xiaoyang. What he said held a small hint of surprise at the start, but was quickly followed by scorn. Qin Tianhong and Qin Ming caught on immediately, the former quickly blocking Yi Mo's way from the front and the latter from the back. Qin Xiaoyang still held a grudge against Yi Mo from his humiliation at City Square, so this was actually the perfect opportunity for revenge or, in other words, for Qin Xiaoyang to kill Yi Mo. It's been several hours but I still haven't found any resources yet. Did your dad secretly hide them so he could have them all to himself, sneered Yi Mo. He did not give off a single ounce of fear because, to him, defeating 2 spirit-cultivating 8th realm martial artists was a piece of cake. Humph. My clan governs Limestone City. Of course we wouldn't do something as dishonorable as hoard the resources. But I'm going to make you pay for what you did to me. Immediately after Qin Xiaoyang uttered his last word, a massive bang erupted from behind Yi Mo. A palm quickly swept towards Yi Mo like a sharp blade, causing drafts of wind as it moved. Ednel.co with a mirthless smile, Yi Mo cracked his knuckles, the power of 8 dragons coursing in his veins towards his right fist, whereas 7 dragons were directed to each of the other gates. With the power of 36 dragons all awakening at once, Yi Mo spun around and intercepted Qin Ming's incoming attack. Boom! The ground cracked, caving in underneath Yi Mo's feet from the impact. You, a spirit cultivating 2nd realm, intercepted my attack, growled Qin Ming. Take this. Qin Tianhong, who was dressed in white, joined in the fight. The sound of shrieking winds accompanied his palm, tearing through the air above Yi Mo's head, exhibiting power superior to that of Qin Ming's. 2 versus 1. Do you think that will scare me? Stiffening his fingers so that they resembled small swords, he thrusted his hand towards the incoming palm. Suddenly, a large flame weasel leapt onto the scene from the nearby bushes. Flame weasels had a mischievous nature and had a tendency to randomly attack humans. Unfortunately for this weasel, it had coincided with Yi Mo's bullet touch and Qin Tianhong's palm attack. Ping! An ear-shattering noise sounded, and the unfortunate creature was blasted into bits from the explosive impact. Such was the result of a collision between two spirit-cultivating 8th realm attacks. Novel full, suddenly, a wooden box the size of a human head drifted down from the air. The resources. The urgency in Linger's voice prompted Yi Mo to quickly react. Spinning on his feet, he leapt mid-air in pursuit of the wooden box. The resources are hidden within the flame weasel. Stop him, commanded Qin Shaoyang. Seeing Yi Mo reaching for the box, Qin Shaoyang instantly caught on and tried to seize it before it landed in Yi Mo's grasp. Trying to block me. Realizing Qin Shaoyang's intentions as well as noticing the two sword beams behind him, Yi Mo quickly summoned his formation, breaking spear. Lashing out with his spear, a dark beam materialized. Morphing into a crescent shape, the spear spun towards the two sword beams. Ping! 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 Ha! The first resource belongs to me, said Qin Shaoyang gleefully, box in his hand. Suddenly, he felt a sense of unease creep up to him. The first one is mine. Yi Mo hit Qin Shaoyang's wrist with a meticulously positioned strike. Commingled blood and flesh sprayed into the air, followed by Qin Shaoyang's blood. Curdling scream. The wooden box flew out of his wounded hand and, without a moment's hesitation, Yi Mo grabbed it. Ha! The first piece of resource belongs to me. Qin Shaoyang's face was as white as a sheet of paper. Deep resentment tossed and turned within him as he stared in Yi Mo's direction. The two of you. Why didn't you run after him? Qin Shaoyang shouted between gritted teeth, clutching his bloody wrist. Young master, the governor's orders was for us to protect you, as this scavenger hunt is a training exercise for you. We would be in trouble if anything happened to you, said Qin Ming with his head down. The masked man won't leave the enchanted cave today. I will personally see to it, said Qin Shaoyang as he took out some healing pills to nurse his injury. Holding the wooden box, Yi Mo put it into his dimensional bracelet for safekeeping. After all, with this bracelet, no one would realize that he was carrying resources. With a leap, he disappeared into the thick forest. It would be a piece of cake if all the resources were hidden within beasts. Chapter 72. Breaking the Net. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Translator. Nyo.bo Studio Editor. Nyo.bo Studio. A carefully executed shot, another one down. The iron-toothed boar was blown to smithereens and out came a small wooden box, which Yi Mo caught and put into his dimensional bracelet. Yes. 2 boxes now, thought Yi Mo. In order to ensure that the Encyclopedia of Herbology would fall into his hands, he would need to obtain at least 6 boxes of resources. With that in mind, he traveled from tree to tree searching for beasts, yet he did not see a single beast. Could all 10 of the beasts have already been killed? In that case, he had no other choice but to take resources from others. The sound of fighting could be heard in the distance, and Yi Mo immediately sprinted towards the source of the sound. After all, the wolf won the game while the shepherds quarreled. Xiao Yu, surrender the 2 wooden boxes now, or I'll make you suffer. Qin Shaoyang, Qin Tianhong, and Qin Ming blocked Xiao Yu's path. In Qin Shaoyang's hand was a long, slender sword gleaming with menace. You want these? Fat chance. With a mighty roar, the griffin beat its wings, causing gusts of green wind to sweep across the forest and leaves and trees alike to sway about in the air. Qin Shaoyang's hand was clad in a golden glove that gleamed brilliantly. With a wave of his hand, the approaching gale collided with bursts of Yuanli, forcing it to scatter and escape through the trees. I expected more from a spirit-cultivating 7th realm beast, said Qin Shaoyang dismissively, caressing his golden silk glove. Xiao Yu crinkled her brows in deep thought. Not only did he easily subdue her, Qin Xiaoyang had two other martial artists on his side, so even if she could escape, Xiao Feng wouldn't be able to. Miss, take the boxes with you. Wu Qin is pretty strong, so he should be able to obtain sufficient resources, reassured Xiao Feng. No. Qin Xiaoyang cannot be underestimated, interrupted Xiao Yu. Steering her griffin to veer to the side, she prepared her strike with her azure light sword glowing in her hand. With the fight with Yi Mo still fresh on Qin Xiaoyang's mind, he was seething with anger and determined not to slip up again. Staring at the approaching griffin disdainfully, he readied his attack, gloved hand shining with a golden brilliance. All-encompassing net. Qin Xiaoyang's fingers danced in the air. In an attempt to capture Xiao Yu and her griffin, he shot strands of Yuanli into the air that twisted and interweaved, as if he was a spider creating an intricate web. I'll kill you if you harm Yu. With his formation, breaking spear in hand, Yi Mo swept down and struck the net with a ray of black Yuanli, causing the net to split into two. You! Qin Xiaoyang exclaimed. You have a death wish. You won't be going home today. Kill him. Qin Tianhong and Qin Ming both leapt towards Yi Mo on command, the power of spirit cultivating eighth realm on full display. Ripples of Yuanli poured out from them like a landslide. Even the sky dimmed from the thick layer of pulsing energy. Such was the full power of two spirit cultivating eighth realm martial artists. Yi Mo, look out. Yu, they can't hurt me. I'll teach them a lesson today. Blocking every attack from left, right, and center with his spear, it was as if he was a skilled weaver, his movements resembling the creation of an intricate fabric. All the attacks launched by Qin Tianhong and Qin Ming landed on the makeshift shield, all their harmful effects negated. After nullifying the attacks from the two, Yi Mo took the offensive and fought back with his spear, flashes of bright beams appearing. Each strike carried the strength of 7 dragons, each strike punctured the air with a ferocity equal to, if not surpassing, the power of spirit cultivating eighth realm. Seeing his retaliation, Qin Tianhong and Qin Ming responded with increasing aggression with their swords, sword beams and spear beams alike crashing and exploding mid-air. Despite fending off 2 enemies at once, Yi Mo's strikes never faltered, and every hit was smoldering with power, shaking the heavens and earth. This had become a contest of Yuanli reserve, and shortly thereafter, Qin Tianhong and Qin Ming's faces were flushed and drenched in sweat from exhaustion. Even the tips of their swords were trembling. As for Yi Mo, energy rumbled within his energy center. The rising dragon pillar shook slightly, and the 5 elements court began to revolve around the pillar. At this moment, who the victor would be was still not apparent. Look at the two of you, Yuanli almost depleted. You still hope to win against me. I will kill anyone who hurts you, shouted Yi Mo. With the rising dragon pillar residing within him, dragon power was constantly strengthening his body and absorbing the yuan qi of heaven and earth. If the battle was dragged on for any longer, these two would be no match for him. If we joined forces, we could easily take you down, said Qin Tianhong. He bit his wrist and leapt towards Yi Mo, gusts of violent wind carrying him forward, Yuanli overflowing once more. To achieve this, Qin Tianhong actually utilized secret techniques, emboldening each strike with a fierce intensity to be much more powerful than his previous repertoire, causing scorching flames to soar high up into the air. Celestial Fire Sword. The flames began to twist and entangle, taking the form of a giant sword that began to make its way towards Yi Mo. Voyage of the Dragon. Yi Mo cried, spinning his formation, breaking spear to dispel the flames. Pure black Yuanli poured out from Yi Mo's body, taking the shape of a giant dragon. The dragon bellowed a threatening roar and began to slither about. All-encompassing net. This time, it was Qin Ming who cast the net. With a wave of his hands, strands of Yuanli were ejected from the tips of his fingers as if they were strands of spider silk, sailing towards the dragon in an attempt to seal it in. All-encompassing net was a signature technique passed down in the Qin clan where one's Yuanli would form strands that created a web-like net that entangled enemies. Xiao Yu and the other onlookers could clearly see the countless strands of Yuanli encircling Yi Mo, forming a net with many layers. It was an understatement to say that they were shocked to their core after witnessing the full extent of Qin Tianhong and Qin Ming's powers. This was the first time Yi Mo experienced such resistance when casting Voyage of the Dragon. Every inch of his body was tangled up in the Yuanli strands and they tugged on him like giant weights. If this continued for any longer, this would be the first time Yi Mo's Voyage of the Dragon failed. Rising Dragon Pillar. The abysmal vortex residing within his energy center began to swirl once more, its monstrous gravitational pull tearing away the jumble of strands that were coiled around Yi Mo. All the strands that were touching Yi Mo began to abruptly vaporize. The disturbance within the rising dragon pillar had awoken the 37th dragon, which now surged towards Yi Mo's left hand. With both arms pulsing with the power of 8 dragons, it was as if Yi Mo's arms let out a mighty roar. This roar was ancient, vengeful, and seething with wrath. Voyage of the Dragon was cast once more, this time spinning much faster than ever before towards the man in red. Squelch. Qin Ming never expected his all-encompassing net would be countered, and before he could react, Yi Mo's spear pierced his chest. Chapter 73. Intervention of the Masked Man. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Translator. Nyo.bo Studio Editor. Nyo.bo Studio. What kind of martial technique is that, and how could it possibly break the all-encompassing net? It couldn't have been a spiritual level technique. Could it possibly be a mortal level technique? That explains his strength, thought Qin Xiaoyang. His face suddenly lit up with greed, and he said, "What was that martial technique you used? Reveal your secret, and I shall spare your life." Considering the fact that Yi Mo was only in spirit-cultivating 2nd realm, him defeating 2 spirit-cultivating 8th realm martial artists as well as nullifying the all-encompassing net was an incredible feat. There was no other explanation. It must be closely tied to his martial technique. Limestone City residents had never even seen a mortal level technique. Even though spirit level and mortal level were only one level apart, there existed a significant disparity in power. For Qin Xiaoyang, at this moment, obtaining that mortal level technique was more important than obtaining the Mo clan's resources. Was that a mortal level technique? Not even the 3 major alliance possesses many of those. How come it's in his hands, gasped Qin Tianhong. Could it be that the miracle Yi Mo encountered in Spirit Valley actually increased his powers? I'm so glad to hear that. Xiao Yu said with delight. Her face suddenly paled as she noticed the incoming crowd, and she cried, "The Yes are here. My, what's this commotion all about? Oh. A mortal level technique. Qin Xiaoyang, let me aid you in taking down this boy. We can hold him hostage." Immediately, the 2 spirit-cultivating 8th realm martial artists from Yi clan surrounded Yi Mo. Yi Changxing came forward and said icily, "That spear. You are Yi Mo. Haha. Yi Changxing, I bet you never would have guessed. Did you think that conjoint training would make you invincible? With my current skill, I can easily finish you off, or make you beg for mercy." Yi Mo declared, ripping off the face mask. "Finish me off. You have used up much of your Yuanli in the previous fight already. And with these 2 spirit-cultivating 8th realm martial artists by my side, do you honestly think you will succeed?" said Yi Changxing calmly. "Murder isn't difficult at all. Now surrender your resources," a chilling voice commanded amidst the commotion, causing heads to turn towards the source of the voice. A masked man emerged from the forest, surveying the people with cold, calculating eyes and sending shivers down their spines. As the saying goes, the mantis stalks the cicada, unaware the oriole is behind it. "Do you seriously think that I would fall prey to your tricks and let you steal them?" said Yi Changxing calmly, but his eyes were gleaming with wrath. Yi Mo began to awaken his rising dragon pillar, preparing his dragon power for the next fight. He took a good look at the masked man and frowned as memories of their previous encounter surfaced in his mind. The masked man was clearly very powerful and had possibly already reached Spirit Cultivating Ninth Realm. Spirit Cultivating Ninth Realm was just one step away from Energy Shaping Realm, meaning that it was essentially second to only Energy Shaping Realm. I wouldn't call that stealing. I'm going to kill you all. All Mo clan resources rightfully belong to me, said the masked man, his eyes betraying a hint of delirium. Purple Yuanli began to seep out of his body, causing thick plumes of toxic purple gas to linger in the air. Everyone seemed to shudder slightly at the sight of the toxic fumes. It was clearly a technique based off of toxic fume style, so could this masked man possibly be a disciple of the 5. Poison Society? Poison Hammer. The masked man reached into the purple cloud, the flow of Yuanli around him turbulent like stormy seas, and produced many hammers that flew to the ground, attacking anything within his vicinity. These hammers did not discriminate, as not even trees or hills were spared, appearing as if a demented monstrosity was tearing up the earth. Boom! 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 This man is awfully powerful. Yi Mo leapt toward Xiao Yu in a flash, and with a flick of his formation, breaking spear, he deflected one of the poison hammers. He's stronger than he looks. Take cover first, said Yi Mo. He strengthened his left hand with a dragon and pushed Xiao Yu away to safety. Others were also fending off the poison hammers. That guy has definitely reached Spirit Cultivating Ninth Realm. Isn't he representing the Xiao clan? Why is he attacking the Xiaos? He has clearly been plotting something that has to do with the enchanted cave. Let's work together to take him down. Yi Changsheng, Qin Xiaoyang, and their clan mates were completely occupied by the hammers, forgetting all about Yi Mo, as the masked man was a far bigger threat than Yi Mo would be. Take me down. You've really overestimated your own abilities. Today, I will kill each and every one of you. Thundering Python Bell. With a wave of his hand, the purple fumes gathered once more, forming an enormous bell. The bell appeared to be very ancient and powerful, with numerous serpents coiled on its surface, spitting and hissing. A total of 3 bells appeared, casting a shadow over the lands. On the masked man's command, the 3 bells loomed above the Yes and Qins, preparing to crush them. Cast 6-pillar sword formation. We're breaking the bell. Yi Changsheng hollered. The trio brandished their swords, invoking droves of sword beams to descend from the heavens. Such was the power of a Spirit Cultivating 6th Realm and 2 Spirit Cultivating 8th Realm martial artists' sword formation. Perhaps it had already surpassed that of spirit level and was of mortal level. The small sword beams aggregated, forming an enormous sword. The sword pierced the heavens, humming with power, as it encompassed the skill of 3 powerful martial artists. Break it. The trio steered the sword towards the bell, and with this strike, even the sky darkened. The power emanating from the collision threatened to cleave the heavens, exuding a blinding brilliance. Dong! 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 One bell shattered, followed by another one, and at last, only one bell was left standing. Ping! The giant sword crashed against the bell, and large waves of Yuanli from the collision formed a giant crater on the ground and, except for Yi Mo, everyone was pushed back and sent flying from the impact. This attack was far more powerful than any Spirit Cultivating 9th Realm technique. Yi Changsheng and the other 2 all felt a metallic taste in their mouths as they were expelled from the bell, collapsing on the ground. The masked man's disguise shattered from the explosion, and everyone expressed great shock at his appearance. It's Mo Feng. Chapter 74. Mo Feng's True Strength. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Translator. Nyo I.bo Studio Editor. Nyo I.bo Studio. No one was expecting Mo Feng to be the man in the mask nor that he would grow so much stronger. It's you. Yi Mo gasped. Never saw it coming, did you? Now that I've already reached the spirit-cultivating 9th realm, you're all going to pay for what you've done to my clan, especially you, Yi Mo. My clan wouldn't have been annihilated by a true energy realm martial artist, if not for you. Mo Feng roared, expressing all of the anger in his heart. You should blame yourself for offending someone you shouldn't have. Do you think I would be intimidated by you even if you'd reached the 9th realm? I can still kill you easily, Yi Mo said. Yi Mo, do you think I'm still the same as before? Mo Feng smirked. Now that I've absorbed the source of the Yin poison grass, I've gained a tremendous amount of power. My body and muscle have now merged with the Yin poison. Even an energy-shaping first-realm martial artist wouldn't be able to harm me. Mo Feng thrust his palm forward, and the ground began to shake. The Yin poison snakes began to form from the purple gas behind him. In an instant, the whole field was covered by countless Yin poison snakes. Even though Mo Feng's thrust looked normal, it had produced very extraordinary results. He had turned the poison gas into a considerable amount of Yin poison snakes, and they shot towards other people like arrows. Even one of the snakes was enough to deal with a spirit-cultivating 8th-realm martial artist. All, embracing net. Qin Tianhong shouted as energies began to seep out from his hand and formed a huge energy net. The net was supposed to catch all the Yin poison snake, but it only held on for a moment before it disappeared. The snakes were attacking everyone except for Mo Feng himself. A few snakes bit Qin Tianhong, and he died instantly. The two 8th-realm disciples from Yi clan were also having a hard time and were surrounded by the snakes in an instant. These snakes were formed from the poison gas. One touch was enough to poison their victims. Even Qin Xiaoyang died in a flash. Where did his power come from? Yi Mo shouted as he swung his spear, helping Xiao Feng to escape. Run! Yi Changsheng's expression changed and he ran away like a bullet. Don't even think of running. I'm going to kill all of you here. Mo Feng shouted. One of the snakes turned into a sword and shot towards Yi Changsheng. The sword hit him in his back and poison began to spread throughout his body. You dare to kill me? I'm one of the promising candidates to become a disciple of one of Qingyun's 3 major union chiefs. If you kill me, you'll die a horrible death. Yi Changsheng shouted as he fought the poison in his body. Death. My entire clan has been murdered. Why would I be afraid of death? I'm going to kill all of you, and then I'm going to kill all of Qin, Yi, and Xiao clan when I reach the energy-shaping realm. I'm going to massacre all of them for trying to destroy my clan's fortunes. Purple blood began to roll out from Mo Feng's eyes and mouth. It was eerie to watch. Yi Changsheng's face turned white. He quickly turned to Yi Mo to seek help. Yi Mo, save me. You and I are both from the Yi clan, please don't leave me. If you save me, I will tell my father to let you back into Yi clan. Let's go to Qingyun Alliance together. With me as a disciple for Xian Ji, you'll definitely have a bright future. Yi Changsheng, don't you think it's a little late to say those things now? Yi Mo smirked. Even if he could save Yi Changsheng, he would never do so. You're asking him for help. What a joke. He couldn't even save himself. I'll kill you first, then I'll take care of Yi Mo. Mo Feng gripped his fist and focused his energy on his hand. He opened his fist to a palm and struck down like a blade. Blade-shaped energy instantly formed and split through the gas towards Yi Changsheng. Just as the blade was about to hit Yi Changsheng, the blade was suddenly dispelled. A male in his 20s appeared beside Yi Changsheng. Yi Changsheng quickly smiled as he saw who the man was. The man grabbed Yi Changsheng, sprouted a pair of blood-red wings on his back, and flew away. Mo Feng. Yi Changsheng. You two better be alive when I get back. Just wait. Energy-shaping realm. Must be from other cities. Mo Feng ignored Yi Changsheng's threat and turned towards Yi Mo. Mo Feng licked the blood from his lips and said, Yi Mo, it's time to settle everything. Mo Feng flew towards Yi Mo like a huge bird and dove down with both of his arms extended forward. His fingers formed the shape of two claws, like an eagle diving for its prey. Yi Mo quickly calmed his nerves down. He had witnessed Mo Feng's power. He knew both the purple gas and powerful martial techniques turned him into a formidable opponent even for an energy-shaping first-realm martial artist. The dark dragon energies began to rise around Yi Mo. Waves and waves of energies raged around him as he stood still, like the reef under the ocean that stood against the undercurrent. Just as Mo Feng was about to hit him, the spear in his hand appeared like a dragon that was spinning like a drill, and it looked as if it was about to penetrate through the incoming eagle. The black and purple energy clashed. Mo Feng was slightly stronger than Yi Mo. The energy on both of Mo Feng's hand began to push down like it was trying to capture the dragon. Yi Mo! Xiao Yu shouted in concern. She couldn't do anything. It was a battle on AA level she had never known before. She was deeply touched as Yi Mo was doing his best to keep her safe. Trying to subdue me. You still have a long way to go. Yi Mo shouted, and 8 dragon energies rushed into the spear, and he forced all 7 dragon energies on his legs back into his hands. The spear was like a real dragon, boosting Yi Mo's strength even more. Yi Mo evoked the martial technique dragon emerging from the ocean and dispelled Mo Feng's attack. The formation, breaking spear dug its spearhead deep into Mo Feng's chest. The force from the impact sent Mo Feng flying and he crashed into a nearby tree. So what if you've absorbed the Yin poison grass? You're still no match for me, Yi Mo said. Yi Mo, you sure are strong. You're just a spirit-cultivating second-realm martial artist, and yet you are able to injure me. As I've said, the Yin poison grass has strengthened both my muscles and my body. Even an energy-shaping first realm could not kill me. Mo Feng stood up, and his body began to vibrate. His shirt was torn to pieces, and Yi Mo could clearly see the purple skin underneath. Mo Feng's body looked metallic, yet what surprised Yi Mo the most was a tattoo on Mo Feng's chest. It had the shape of the Yin poison grass. Chapter 75. Releasing the Phoenix Curse. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Translator. Nyo I.bo Studio Editor. Nyo I.bo Studio. Yi Mo could felt a huge pressure just from looking at Mo Feng's purple body. The pressure came from the difference of power, the difference in their levels. Even with the help from the rising dragon pillar and the dragon energy, Yi Mo could still clearly feel Mo Feng's overwhelming strength. Brother Yi, I think he has merged with the Yin poison grass. You're no match for him. Hurry up and run. Ling'er shouted in his mind. Yi Mo gripped the formation, breaking spear tightly and stared at Mo Feng. Since he'd used up 16 dragon energies from before, he could not muster his full strength anymore. Xiao Yu hadn't fled the scene. She stood there as the lion statue soared in the air waiting for her command. Yeah. Yi Mo suddenly shouted. Ha! Xiao Yu looked at him. Hurry up and run. Go and inform the elders. Yi Mo said with a serious expression. No. We're leaving together. I'm not leaving you here alone. Xiao Yu jumped onto the lion. Her blue eyes, white mask, silver armor, and black hair danced as she moved, like a war goddess descending from the heaven. Do you think I'm going to let both of you leave? Mo Feng kicked the tree and propelled himself forward. His speed was so fast that only a trail of purple shadow could be seen behind him. Yi Mo's eyes widened, and he quickly took out the flame charm. He summoned the remaining dragon energies in his energy center to the charm and threw it towards Mo Feng. The size of the charm multiplied mid-air and turned into a flaming chain. The flame charm was a rank 1 charm that got Ling'er's seal of approval. It had the power to seriously injure a spirit-cultivating 9th realm martial artist. After he threw the charm, Yi Mo quickly rushed towards Xiao Yu. Xiao Feng kicked the ground and charged towards Mo Feng. Milady, Yi Mo, hurry up and run. He shouted. Let's go. Without the dragon energy, Yi Mo could only rely on the 5 elements energy. His speed had dramatically declined. Xiao Yu controlled the lion to Yi Mo's side and extended her hand. Yi Mo looked at her graceful hand and was stunned by its beauty for a moment. He quickly grabbed her arm, and Xiao Yu pulled him up onto the lion. She steered the lion toward the exit. Xiao Feng, I'll definitely avenge you. Don't go to the exit. Yi Mo shouted. Why? Xiao Yu asked. Even though the flame charm is powerful, it's not enough to harm Mo Feng. With his speed, he'll arrive at the exit before us and wait for us there. Yi Mo explained. Xiao Yu quickly made the lion turn to the opposite direction. They found a cave in the forest. The lion went back into its charm, and they hid in the cave. Yi Mo, how are your injuries? Are they serious? Xiao Yu asked when she'd noticed that Yi Mo was out of breath. I'm fine, I just wasted too much energy, Yi Mo said as he swallowed a few stabilizing pills. The rising dragon pillar began to absorb the natural energy around him. Yet the dragon energy recovering speed was slow. It still needed some time before all 37 energies were recovered. Yi Mo. Why are you treating me so well? You kept sacrificing yourself to save me. Xiao Yu looked at Yi Mo. Should there be a reason? I've vowed to protect you forever ever since we became friends, Yi Mo said. Forever. Xiao Yu said. Suddenly, the cave began to shake, and Mo Feng's voice could be heard outside. You two still dare to act all sweet and romantic when you both are about to die. Then let me bury both of you together. Boom. A huge rock dropped and sealed the exit. The cave kept on shaking. Yi Mo's face darkened as the cave began to collapse. Mo Feng wanted to bury both him and Xiao Yu in the cave alive. Yi Mo. The cave is collapsing. Xiao Yu shouted as she unsheathed her sword and sliced the dropping boulders into pieces. Watch out. Yi Mo pushed Xiao Yu away and summoned 10 dragon energies into his hand. He held the huge boulder that weighed more than 10 tons. Even with the help from the dragon energies, it still put a toll on him. The boulder was so massive that Yi Mo began to breathe heavily. Xiao Yu stood beside him, not knowing what to do. She was shorter than Yi Mo, so she couldn't reach the boulder above them. This was the first time she understood what it meant to have a person who would shield you even if the sky fell. Yi Mo was doing so with his fragile body. Ling'er, is this it? Am I going to die here? Yi Mo couldn't even muster the strength to speak. He could only communicate with Ling'er in his mind. Even without the falling boulders, you won't be able to withstand much longer. Even if you somehow manage to live, you would still have to find a way to escape, Ling'er said. Her doll-like face expressed concern for the first time ever. And yet suddenly, another explosion could be heard. Yi Mo suddenly felt another 10-ton weight added to his shoulder, forcing him to kneel. His arms' muscles exploded and his arms became covered in blood. Xiao Yu kneeled on the floor, helping Yi Mo to hold the boulders up. Yet, she was only a spirit-cultivating third-realm martial artist and couldn't do much. I'm sorry. I promised I'd protect you for eternity, but it looks like we're about to die here. Yi Mo spat out the sentence word by word with difficulty. Yi Mo, I'm not even supposed to live in this world. No matter what, please live on. Xiao Yu made a difficult decision and took off her mask. Yi Mo looked at her and was shocked by what he saw. Shocking, isn't it? I'm not the beauty everyone thought I was. I'm just a cursed child. Tears began to roll down Xiao Yu's cheeks. He really was surprised by her face. Phoenixes formed by green poison burns could be seen on each of her cheeks. Her face was like the sky where the phoenixes soared. It's the phoenix curse. Ling Er shouted. What's the Phoenix curse? It's one of the 4 ancient curses. The person who has the curse feels intense pain from it. Judging by how she's been living well until now, her family must have invested a fortune on her. I think she's trying to release the poison inside the curse. Release the curse. Yi Mo was startled. She doesn't have the strength to control the curse. If she released it, it would give her tremendous power for a short while, but then the curse will start to eat her up. No, stop. Another dragon energy was replenished and the pressure from the boulder decreased as Yi Mo shouted. I love you, Yi Mo. Xiao Yu kissed his cheek and released the curse. The phoenixes awoke and began to expand like they were trying to escape from her body. Release. An infinite amount of green energy surrounded Xiao Yu and exploded, miraculously avoiding Yi Mo, and destroyed the whole mountain around them. BL.net. Chapter 76. Ancient Azure Dragon Bloodline. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Translator. Nyo I.bo Studio Editor. Nyo I.bo Studio. Mo Fong stood outside the cave. His clothes had been burned to ashes by the flame charm. His body was burnt so bad that even his bones could be seen. The flame charm was a rank 1 fire element attacking charm and was a high-grade one. The charm itself could harm even a spirit-cultivating 9th realm martial artist. Even though Mo Feng's body was reinforced by the purple gas, the flame still got him. Just as Mo Feng was about to leave, the mountain exploded, and toxic green gas began to leak from the explosion. Suddenly, the toxic gas was sucked in by something at an astounding speed. Mo Feng could see a girl wearing silver armor standing on a huge beast. The beast was the lion statue and on it was Xiao Yu. Her aura was different and the phoenix marks on her face were gone. She was like an angel in her silver armor, a deity that no one could ever hope to reach. What? Mo Feng shouted in amaze as the purple blood began to leak out faster than before. I've never thought that Xiao Yu could be so gorgeous, she looks like a goddess. Mo Feng kicked the ground and jumped straight toward Xiao Yu. So you've come out alive. That means Yi Mo must have died from the explosion. Die. Xiao Yu shouted as her azure light sword began to vibrate. The toxic gas formed a huge light that took the shape of a sword. She swung the sword down, and countless sword projections formed all around the forest. Mirage strike. All the sword projections thrust towards Mo Feng, slicing all the trees and grass along their way. Mo Feng's face darkened as he could feel that the incoming attack yielded tremendous power. He stretched his hands to both sides and formed a purple barrier around him. The toxic green gas hit the purple barrier like countless swords hitting a shield. The clash from the fight could be heard by Yi Mo in the cave. More than 100 swords struck the barrier like meteor showers. Die. Xiao Yu shouted again as she began to feel her powers fade. She couldn't even control an ounce of the power she suddenly gained. The purple barrier finally gave in and broke. The swords all struck Mo Feng and threw him back as purple blood began to leak from his wounds. Xiao Yu also spat blood from her mouth as the toxic green gas began to run wild in her body. The struggle on her face was clear. She could not control her energy any longer, and the lion disappeared. Xiao Yu began to drift to the ground like a falling angel. The Phoenix Curse was one of the 4 ancient curses. Only death awaited those who released the curse without supervision from a martial artist who excelled in toxic cultivation. But, to save Yi Mo, Xiao Yu gave it all she had. Yi Mo rushed over and caught Xiao Yu midair. His eyes were tainted with red blood and red energies began to cover his entire body. Ling Er felt the changes in Yi Mo's body and gasped. How is this possible? This idiot is one of the ancient Azure Dragon clan. But he still can't control his bloodline power. He's going berserk. Xiao Yu's attack had put a huge hole on Mo Feng's chest, and purple blood kept spewing out from it. What a strong technique. Mo Fong wiped the blood off his chest and licked his lips. He'd already transformed himself into a beast, a poison beast to be exact. It was like the Yin poison grass had taken a human form. Mo Fong landed in front of Yi Mo and Xiao Yu. So, the technique was a double-edged sword. Even though you've caused me some damage, you've also suffered from the backlash. Now is my chance to kill both of you once and for all, Mo Fong said. Die. 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 Yi Mo roared as he raised his head. His eyes were as red as a blood ruby, and Mo Fong could feel an ominous aura coming from him. Yi Mo extended his hand and stretched it towards Mo Fong. A red dragon claw formed by the energy covered his hand like an ancient beast waking from its slumber. What is this? Those red things aren't energies. What are they? Why am I feeling such a huge pressure from it? Mo Fong questioned. Mo Fong readied his energy to take Yi Mo's attack head-on. But the red claws moved too quickly as they slashed towards Mo Feng's chest. Mo Fong quickly formed a purple barrier in front of him but was torn apart by the claw. One attack was enough to destroy all of Mo Feng's innards, causing him to feel immense pain and spit blood from his mouth. Impossible! Mo Fong shouted. Die! Die! Yi Mo kept repeating the same words. His voice was like thunder striking the sky, and the ground beneath him began to crack. The red energy that covered him began to liquefy like it was turning into blood, taking the shape of an ancient dragon. The blood took the shape of a dragon's head, body, tail, and wings. Ling Er quickly stood up, shocked by the turn of events. If Yi Mo kept on transforming, he would definitely lose his mind and be consumed by the ancient Azure Dragon's bloodlust. Idiot! Wake up! You're turning into a killing machine. You will be hunted by others if you don't wake up. Come on! Wake up already! Qi Yin is about to become the Emperor's concubine. Do you want to see your woman in another guy's bed? Wake up! If you don't, I'm going to punish you. Didn't you promise that you'll revive me? Can you bear taking such a cute little girl like me down with you? Ling Er kept on shouting and shouting, but Yi Mo did not wake up. White bones began to form around the red blood, the bones of a dragon, and flesh began to slowly cover the bones. Yeah! Yi Mo shouted as he carried Xiao Yu and flew towards Mo Fong. Mo Fong looked at Yi Mo, who was hovering in the sky, amazed by what he was seeing. So, Yi Mo, you're just the same as me, a beast. Then let's see who's stronger, my Yin poison grass or your bone dragon. Python Bell. A huge purple bell fell from the sky and crushed Yi Mo. Chapter 77. Rank 1 Dragon Blood. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Translator. Nyo iwo Studio Editor. Nyo iwo Studio. The bell was twice as large as the last one. Mo Fong had used it, and 2 Yin position snakes circled around it. The technique was much more powerful than before, yet Yi Mo managed to destroy the bell with a wave of his hand. Oh no! If this keeps on going, his mind is going to be taken over by the ancient Azure Dragon. Ling Er panicked as she felt Yi Mo's conscience getting weaker and weaker. Then, she suddenly thought of something and shouted, "Hey! You big idiot! If you don't wake up, Xiao Yu is going to die for real." It was like Yi Mo was hit by something, and he stopped mid-air, regaining his conscience. The bones surrounding his body began to disappear. I can still save Ye. Yi Mo asked. You big stupid idiot. You went into berserk mode because of Xiao Yu. Did you know how close you were to becoming a killing machine? Ling Er said and slapped her forehead. I'm asking you if I can still save Ye. Yi Mo shouted, strong enough to even shake the rising dragon pillar. What are you shouting for? I know you care about her, but shouting won't do you any good, Ling Er said. Even if there's only her bones left, she can still be saved. Do you think it's hard to counter the Phoenix Curse? Either way, we still need some way to control the Phoenix Curse, or she'll die soon. Ling'e was actually touched by how both Yi Mo and Xiao Yu were willing to sacrifice their own lives for each other. If they were to live from this event, their relationship would definitely change. Yi Mo finally realized that the most important thing to do in that moment was to find something to control the curse. He slowly descended and noticed his body was covered in red energies. It was something that he'd never seen or felt before. What's happening to me? Do you know how lucky you're that I managed to wake you up? You might not have even known how you died, Ling'e said. Now that you've regained your senses, try and merge yourself with the dragon blood. Alright, I'll try, Yi Mo said and set Xiao Yu down on the side. In an instant, the rising dragon pillar began to shake again, and the black hole appeared again like it was ready to suck in the whole universe. The black hole and the rising dragon pillar could absorb any energies they wanted. The dragon blood had been completed, sucked into the black hole. The dragon blood turned into an ancient azure dragon, and it soared through Yi Mo's body, reinforcing every part of it. After passing through every part of his body, the dragon returned to his energy center. Yi Mo closed his eyes, and he could see a barrier had formed beneath his skin, like dragon scales. Even if a spirit-cultivating ninth realm martial artist were to penetrate Yi Mo's skin, the barrier was sturdy enough to stop the attack. Yi Mo's body was stronger now. It was the first time his body had been reprogrammed by the ancient azure dragon bloodline. Even though he'd only attained the rank 1 dragon blood, his body was the strongest in all of the spirit-cultivating realm. He was like a beast in human skin. He might have even been stronger than spirit-cultivating ninth realm beasts. Even energy-shaping realm martial artists wouldn't dare fight him without using their spiritual energy. At the same time, the 5 elements energy cores began to spin and change. Spirit-cultivating third realm. Yi Mo exclaimed. Every advancement meant the energy in a person's body would become stronger. When a person reached the energy-shaping realm, their energy liquefied and grew a few times stronger than before. What was most important to Yi Mo was that his mortal gates would also grow stronger with each advancement. Each of his mortal gates was now able to withstand 9 dragon energies at the same time, which meant he could strengthen both of his hand that equal to a 9th realm. With the formation, breaking spear in his hand, he could defeat any spirit-cultivating realm martial artist in his way. And with his awakened rank 1 dragon blood, no spirit-cultivating realm martial artist could bring him harm. Ling'e felt the changes in Yi Mo's body and jumped up and down in delight. That's wonderful. You can now withstand 9 dragon energies in 1 mortal gate, and your body is extraordinarily sturdy. Mo Feng noticed that the bone dragon had disappeared and shouted, Yi Mo, looks like you still can't control your powers yet. I'm going to kill you right now and use your head to create poisons. A poison wolf and tiger appeared on Mo Feng's back as his body suddenly gained the power of a tiger, and he swung his arm down. Boom! A huge poison sword appeared above Yi Mo. The sword was powerful enough to make the air around it explode as it swung down, causing cracks in the ground. A standard spirit-cultivating 8 realm would easily die from the attack. Yet Yi Mo was unharmed by the attack. It was like the sword had struck a body made of durable metal, and Yi Mo stood still, not affected by the slash. Not only had Yi Mo's defense dramatically risen, but he could also now control the pores on his body, and he closed them now to prevent the poison from entering his body. Impossible. My poison sword can easily cut an 8 realm. Mo Feng shouted, unable to believe that Yi Mo had taken his attack head-on. Mo Feng, you almost kill both of us. I'm going to kill you right here, right now. Let this world be rid of the Mo clan. Yi Mo shouted. Yi Mo appeared in front of Mo Feng in a flash and tackled Mo Feng with his body. Unable to withstand Yi Mo's speed, Mo Feng was hit by the tackle without any defensive measures. Yi Mo focused 9 dragon energies in his hand and landed a punch on Mo Feng. Chapter 78. Mo Feng's death. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Translator. Nyo.bo Studio Editor. Nyo.bo Studio. Mo's body was strengthened by the rank 1 dragon blood while Mo Feng was restructured by the purple poison gas. Mo forced 9 dragon energies into his hand and landed a punch on Mo Feng's stomach. It sounded like 2 pieces of metal clashing against each other. Mo Feng was sent crashing back into an enormous tree, causing it to break in half and the ground to shake. I'll have to admit that you've gotten stronger, but it's still not enough to kill me. Mo Feng laughed as he stood up. His whole body was covered in purple liquid and he looked like a terrifying monster. You brought this onto yourself. Mo shouted as he charged towards Mo Feng. Mo Feng also kicked the ground and hurled himself into the incoming attack. Countless punches were exchanged in the midst of seconds, stirring up winds that swept the debris around them. Both of them exchanged blows and then took 3 steps back. I'll kill you. Mo Feng pounced towards Mo like a swift wind. His palms were like lightning, stirring up gusts around him as he swung them. Hurricane-like winds were closing in on Mo from all 4 directions. Mo took the attack head-on. Each of their punches was as heavy as a 3-ton truck. Any of those blows could easily break a castle wall. Mo Feng started to feel odd as his energy began to deplete. He was losing the fight. Seems like we're going to fight to our deaths. I'll show you the Yin poison grass's true power. Mo Feng roared as he took out a purple pearl. He opened his mouth and swallowed it. An ominous aura began to seep from Mo Feng's body, like an ancient beast was about to resurrect. His body grew larger as a Yin poison grass grew on his forehead. Yin heaven, breaking palm. Mo Feng thrust his palm forward, unleashing the wrath of the poison grass. That was the source of the Yin poison grass. Ling'er shouted. It might be able to help control Xiao Yu's phoenix curse. Mo took out the formation, breaking spear and evoked the twin dragons frolicking with a pearl. 2 spear projections formed, and the spear impaled the purple fist. Mo Feng took a few steps back as Mo was sent flying. A huge pothole was formed from the impact where Mo has landed. Do you think you can kill me just because you've gained some power? My defense and strength are now stronger than ever. Mo Feng shouted. Mo stared at Mo Feng as his face darkened. Mo Feng's body was almost indestructible, and his power far surpassed any spirit-cultivating 9th realm martial artists. Mo was still losing even when he'd used the twin dragons frolicking with a pearl. So what if you've swallowed the source? Witness the full strength of a charm master. Mo challenged as he took out 3 charms. Flames danced on the runes, emitting energies that were terrifying. How did you get your hands on those charms? Those aren't something the 2 old geezers could create. Mo Feng shouted in surprise. The 2 old geezers he was referring to were the charm masters from the Yi clan and Qin clan. Will you believe me if I said I'm the one who made them? Mo infused the 3 charms with dragon energies and threw them towards Mo Feng. The charms floated above Mo Feng as they began to expand, and 3 huge flame dragons appeared from the charms. The whole sky was lit by the dragons as the forest began to burn wildly. The target of the 3 flame dragons was none other than Mo Feng. Mo Feng looked at the dragons anxiously. He could feel his body burning even before the dragons had reached him. You won't get to kill me. I've gone through too many near-death experiences and too much pains to obtain this power. Mo Feng roared as purple gas began to fill the air. The gas formed chains which then wove together into a huge net that caught the dragons. If someone treats me with respect, I'll repay them with gratitude, but if someone threatens me, I'll destroy their lives. You were destined to die by my hand ever since you touched the people I cared for. Mo said as his energy formed a dragon around him. He charged towards Mo Feng. The 3 flame dragons broke through the net and, suddenly, the sky was occupied by 4 legendary dragons, 1 black dragon, and 3 flame dragons, all of them inching towards Mo Feng. Boom! All 4 dragons crushed Mo Feng from all 4 directions. The flames were stripping away Mo Feng's defense as his impenetrable purple body began to crack. The formation, breaking spear pierced through Mo Feng's energy center, and his energy suddenly disappeared. The flame dragons swallowed him as his body erupted into flames. Do you think you are safe even if you manage to kill me? I've already told the barbarians that you killed Man Tai. They will give you a taste of hell when they arrive. Mo Feng laughed. Do you even know who ordered the extermination on your clan? Yi Mo smirked. It was Qi Yin. Do you even know how she is? She's the emperor's concubine, and both of you have the balls to try and court her. Your Mo clan was the first that was massacred. Do you think the barbarians could avoid the emperor's wrath? The emperor's concubine. Impossible. Why would a concubine work as a manager in Limestone City? The pain in Mo Feng's heart was worse than the one in his body. He was shocked by the truth. Then why do you think the 3 major alliance just stood aside and watched when your clan was massacred? Yi Mo said. The 3 major alliances' motto was to maintain peace in the kingdom. They wouldn't just sit and watch while someone destroyed an entire clan unless the person was powerful enough that he could intimidate even the 3 big alliances. Why? Mo Feng screamed. Yi Mo wasn't sure how the barbarians would end up in the future, but what he'd said was enough to break Mo Feng's spirit. He swung his spear, and Mo Feng's head separated from his body. Yi Mo lifted the Yin poison grass's source with his spear. He picked up Xiao Yu and ran towards the cave. The battle resulted in 6 deaths, 3 from the Qin clan, Xiao Feng, and 2 from the Yi clan. Chapter 79. Arguments. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Translator. Nyo I.bo Studio Editor. Nyo I.bo Studio. It had been 12 hours since the disciples had entered the enchanted cave. The clan masters were waiting outside anxiously. Conflicts in a competition like this one were supposed to be solved quickly. Even weak martial artists could just grab an item and run out of the cave and they would still be considered successful. Nav why hasn't anyone come out yet? Did something happen? Yi Kuang said. I left all of the items on different beasts. It will take some time before they can get their hands on them, Qin Hao said. Suddenly, footsteps could be heard from inside the cave. Everyone turned their eyes towards the cave, waiting for the first person to come out. The footsteps were slow and steady, which could only mean the person was strong and confident. Novel full, looks like it will be the Qin clan's people to walk out first, Yi Kuang said and laughed. The Yi clan is not weaker than my clan. Maybe it's someone from your clan, Qin Hao said. Or it might be someone from the Lin clan. The martial artist they've sent in could destroy a spirit-cultivating 7th realm martial artist in one strike. Yi Kuang smirked as he looked at Ling Fubo. To them, Yi Mo was still the weakest among those who went inside. Yi Kuang was looking down on the smaller Lin clan. If the first person ran out from the cave, it must have meant that he'd just grab an item and ran. Yet the slow and steady footsteps from the cave showed that it was someone who was confident in their ability. Do your best, Yi Mo Lengling thought in her heart as she prayed for him. Do you think everything will be alright? Xiao Yuanshan looked at the cave as he asked Madame Xiao. Relax. I've tested Wu Qing's strength. He's stronger than any average spirit-cultivating 8th-realm martial artist. We'll definitely get a whole ton of stuff in this competition, Madame Xiao said. As the footsteps became louder, everyone focused their gaze on the exit. Yet, after a few moments, all of them were shocked by who came out from the cave. Yi Mo walked out from the cave, holding Xiao Yu in his arm. The veil that was covering Xiao Yu's face was gone, revealing the beauty that was hidden underneath. The first to respond was Madame Xiao. She rushed to Yi Mo's side and snatched Xiao Yu from him. Yi Mo. What have you done? What is this? She asked. Madam, the Wu Qing that you hired was actually Mo Feng in disguise, Yi Mo explained. He'd merged himself with the Yin poison grass from the spectral valley and killed everyone. After hearing what Yi Mo had said, Yi Kuang and Qin Hao rushed into the cave only to find bodies lying on the ground. Mo Feng was also among them, but his body was covered in purple poison liquid which was a terrifying sight to see. Novel full, Xiaoyang, my son. Qin Hao noticed that Qin Xiaoyang was among the deceased and screamed. His face was still covered with purple poison gas, and it was clear that he had been killed by it. Lord Qin Hao, Yi Mo was the only one who survived. He must be hiding something. We must not let him leave. Yi Kuang said and gripped his hands into his fists. Red energies began to rise from his body as if he was about to explode. Qin Hao was furious about his son's death. He ordered the guards to surround the entire mountain. Surround the mountain. Everyone dies unless someone gives me an explanation. Qin Hao was the Limestone City's lord. Not only he was strong, but the armies he commanded were also the best of the best. In just a few minutes, the whole mountain was surrounded by soldiers. Yi Mo, tell me the truth. Why is my son dead? Qin Hao roared. The pressure from his voice itself was enough to crush a spirit-cultivating 8-realm martial artist. Even though Yi Mo's body was strengthened by the rank 1 dragon blood and 37 dragon energies, he could still felt the immense pressure coming from Qin Hao. Yi Mo took a few steps back before he could balance himself. Lord Qin Hao, like I said, all 3 Qin clan disciples, 2 of Yi clan's disciples, and Xiao clan's Xiao Feng were all killed by Mo Feng, Yi Mo explained as he stood his ground. Ever since the Mo clan was exterminated, we have been arguing over their treasures. Mo Feng was angered by it, and with his increased strength, he snuck into the cave to kill all of us. He had merged himself with the Yin poison grass. Even a spirit-cultivating 8-realm martial artist was no match for him. You traitor! You must be the one who killed them. If it was Mo Feng, why are you still alive while he's dead? Yi Kuang asked. Mo Feng tried to kill me and Ye after he'd killed them, Yi Mo said. We kept running until we were exhausted. Ye released her curse to save me. In the end, Mo Feng was swallowed by the Yin poison. It was hard for him to control the sudden power that he'd gained. Yi Mo noticed that his words weren't enough to persuade them and added, do you guys really think I have the ability to kill everyone? You traitor! You're born a vile person. You've killed our disciples at the martial pavilion before. I'm going to destroy you today. Yi Kuang shouted. Yi Kuang, Yi Mo is still one of us. Leng Fubo shouted. He still represents all of the small clans in Limestone City. Do you think we'll just stand by as you kill him without any reliable proof? Even though the Yi clan was one of the bigger clans, the smaller clans would still outmatch them if they were to join hands. Now that Yi Mo had gained them a huge pile of treasures and honor, there was no way that they would just let Yi Kuang kill him. So what? Now that Changsheng had been scouted by one of the Qinyan Alliance's Union chiefs and he's missing, do you think all your lives are enough to ask for the Union chief's forgiveness? Yi Kuang said. Yi Changsheng was scouted by a Union chief. Some of the smaller clans' leaders gasped. The Union chief was second to the Alliance lord. The power they hold was immense. Yi Changsheng was saved by a mysterious man. Don't you dare try to scare us with that. I'm going to enter the Qinyan Alliance sooner or later. I might even surpass Yi Changsheng. Yi Mo said. A mysterious man, you say? Yi Kuang laughed. Yi Changsheng will definitely advance to the energy-shaping realm, and when the day comes, the Yi clan's position will definitely rise, and I'm going to destroy all of you. Chapter 80. Man Tai was killed by me. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Translator. Nyo iwo Studio Editor. Nyo iwo Studio martial artists who could advance to the energy-shaping realm before the age of 20 have high hopes of further breaking through the true energy realm. The only way to become one of the best in all of Tianwu Kingdom was to become a true energy realm martial artist. On the contrary, people who advance to the energy-shaping realm after 20 will be stuck at the same level forever. Take the Qin clan, for example. Besides Qin Hao, they still have some old martial artists who have reached the energy-shaping 9th realm. They've shut themselves in for a long time trying to break through into the true energy realm. Most of them were over 70. The longer they took, the harder it was to master the true energy. By advancing into the true energy realm, they could restructure their own bodies with the true energy. Even though they can't achieve immortality, they could still extend their lives. Geniuses like Yi Changsheng were martial artists had high hopes of reaching the energy-shaping realm before they turned 20 years old. If Yi Changsheng was able to do it, then the Yi clan would definitely be protected by the Qin-Yun alliance. Yi Kuang's words brought fear to the smaller clans. If what he'd said was true, the smaller clans would definitely have a hard time in the future. Of course, I won't trouble all of you if you choose to take my side. But if you choose to oppose me, you'll definitely feel my wrath in the future. Yi Kuang said. Don't get too full of yourself, Yi Kuang. We still have Yi-Mo. It's still unclear who will win this time. Leng Fubo said. Yi Changsheng will definitely come back in time for the Limestone Champion List tournament. He'll defeat Yi-Mo and bring misfortune to your clans. Yi Kuang laughed and left. Even though the Yi clan had lost the competition, the fact that Yi Changsheng was saved by some powerful martial artist sent by the Union Chief meant that the Union Chief treasured him very much. That was more precious than all of the Mo clan's treasures combined. Even though the pill script contained much knowledge, it was still a pile of paper if the alchemist wasn't proficient enough. After Yi Kuang left, Yi-Mo said, Lord Qin, I've already told you my side of the story. If you still don't believe me, then you should wait until Yi Changsheng is back. As for the competition, the outcome is as clear as day. Not only Yi-Mo was the only one who came out from the enchanted cave alive, he had won first place and was the only victor in the competition. Fine. You can have all of Mo clan's treasures except for the pill script. Qin Hao said. Lord Qin, please don't embarrass yourself, Xiao Yuanshan said. There are many well-respected people present. Are you sure you want to throw away all that you'd established for the script? Xiao Yuanshan, are you taking Yi-Mo's side too? Qin Hao asked as his face darkened. You're the one who set the rules, Yi-Mo said. The one who got the most treasures from the competition gets the pill script. Now that I'm the one who got all of the treasures, the script now belongs to me, am I right? You little brat. Qin Hao took out the script and threw it towards Yi-Mo, so what if you got the pill script? It's still a useless piece of crap if you can't use it. The script was covered with a layer of energy that could harm any martial artist who was lower than the energy-shaping second realm. Yet Yi-Mo caught the script with his bare hand. His body was reinforced by the rank 1 dragon blood. Mere energy like that won't be able to bring him harm. He flipped the script to make sure that it was the pill script and smiled. Thank you for your concerns, Lord Qin. Not bad. Qin Hao frowned. Show me what you've got from the tournament then. Yi-Mo gave half of the treasures to the Xiao clan and the other half to the Lin clan. He wasn't interested in those treasures. With the Mo clan's treasures in hand, the Xiao clan's position rose even more. The Lin clan was also able to become one of the 4 biggest clans with the treasures they'd received. In contrast, the Qin and Yi clan lost many things during the competition, especially the Qin clan. Not only had Qin Hao lost his son, but he could also only watch as all of his clan's treasures were taken by other people. It was also the first time that people had witnessed Yi Kuang show so many emotions. At nightfall, Xiao Yuanshan, Madame Xiao, and Yi-Mo stood beside Xiao Yu's bed as Xiao Yu slept. Even though her lips were smiling, she was dying. Even though she looked normal on the outside, the Phoenix curse had entered her energy center. If they didn't extract the Phoenix toxic as soon as possible, it might explode. The Phoenix curse was one of the 4 ancient curses. Rumor had it that one of the martial artists who bore the curse couldn't control it. The curse activated and spread throughout the whole city, killing everyone in it. The city was later known as the Zone of Death Curse. It was a living hell. Mr. Xiao, Madam Xiao, this is the source of the Yin poison grass. If you can extract the toxic in Ye's energy center, you may be able to control the toxic in her body, Yi Mo said as he took out a pearl. If anything happens to Xiao Yu, I'm definitely going to kill you. Madam Xiao threatened and took the pearl. It was possible to suppress the curse with the Yin poison grass's source, but it wouldn't be able to cure Xiao Yu completely. Linger, what if I absorb the Phoenix curse with my rising dragon pillar? Yi Mo asked. Don't be stupid. Linger said. The curse contains a fatal toxic in it. Xiao Yu has been dealing with it since she was little, that's why she has developed some sort of immunity to the toxic. If the toxic touches you, you'll be dead on the spot. My wife, there's no time left. Use the source to suppress the curse first, Xiao Yuanshan said. I'll go and meet the barbarians right away and ask for the frozen silkworm. Mr. Xiao, I think it's best if you don't go. I'm not going to let Xiao Yu marry the barbarians anyways, Yi Mo said. Did something happen to the barbarians? Xiao Yuanshan asked. Yes. I have killed Man Tai.